Hi, my name is Melissa Gonzalez, and this is my story. So I grew up in the Badlands. Generally, it was okay, but I was very much exposed to drugs and violence externally, and that was the reality. We lived in a place of fear, and we just got used to that. Around 12 years old, my brother gave his life to the Lord. And I remember going to a youth service with him. And it was very emotional, but it wasn't like my experience. 2 years later, I didn't know what else was going to happen in life. Just looking at my community, there was no hope around me. I was just convinced I was going to take my life. And my mom at this point had also given her life to the Lord. And so she went to church every Sunday. So I'm like, I'm gonna give her one last Sunday. I saw the people who I had seen 2 years before, who were completely broken, and I saw the hopelessness that I knew I had in myself in them then, and seeing the hope that they had now, I was like, okay, there's more to life. There's hope in Jesus. And that's when I gave my life to him. At 32, I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer. I was noticing major issues, and I saw an OBGYN, and she was just like, all right, I'm going to do my standard test, but one of my standard tests is to do a biopsy. But I remember being here June 1st, and I have my Apple Watch, and I see the 707 Temple number, and I'm like, I don't have any appointments coming up. And the doctor's like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't expect this to be the call, but you have cancer. You're going to need a hysterectomy, which is where they remove all your reproductive organs. And for me, as a 32-year-old single woman without children, I think that hurt me more than hearing the word cancer. When you add that other element of basically bringing forth infertility, it was really hard. A day later, I went to my appointment to actually meet with the oncologist. She seemed really confident that we'll be able to do a fertility sparing treatment, basically a treatment where I don't have to get the hysterectomy right away, so that I can be able to freeze my eggs. And I'm like fighting for my life and my ability to give life. And there's a constant battle of, is this worth it? Am I putting myself in greater risk? Is every ticking moment that passes, is it just growing because I'm not choosing to get the hysterectomy right away? I do not know how people do life or do illness without God. Like, if it was not for God holding me and holding me together, just holding me while I'm falling apart, I would not be here. With God, and I bring my troubles before him, it's just like, okay, it's you're greater than this, and you have me in the midst of this. So in 2019, I started working at Bethel. After interviewing, I came that Sunday, just being able to see just sincerity in everyone that I encountered, that you can really be yourself. Like, I know we say it's the perfect place for imperfect people, and it's true. Having so many hardships in this past year, and having you guys has given me so much strength and has allowed me to always go back to God, to always look to God, and to remember that he's there and he's listening and he's with me and he cares for me. I think the biggest thing with dealing with illness is feeling alone. Having my Bethel family has allowed me to feel that I'm not alone in this. That I think the best gift that y'all have given me is that community. For someone who isn't at Bethel yet, I just tell you that there is a place for you here. You are welcomed, and you will find a place where you will be loved for exactly who you are. You will find a place where you'll be able to know God better and to be surrounded by people who will just embrace you and will remind you constantly of the goodness of God.